Welcome to Pulp Friction's video essay on Breaking Bad. Today we'll be analysing Breaking Bad in relation to mise-en-scene, cinematography and editing, as well as 3 different Hollywood films. This will be through the comparison of how Breaking Bad is classified as a cinematic TV show. In regards to mise-en-scene, the cinematic evidence is in the smaller details. In this scene, it depicts a fairly symmetrical image giving a clear view of the natural light source as well as the 2 participants in the scene. Although there is one background, their entire living environment is clear. The set consists of a kitchen sink underneath a window with yellow curtains either side, as well as both Walt and Junior are wearing casual clothing. With this knowledge, it is clear that Walt and his family live an easy and somewhat normal suburban life. This type of technical production is clearly seen in The Godfather. Vince Gilligan was inspired by both aesthetic and storyline that is seen in the film. He wanted Breaking Bad to be a hybrid of the Western style that is apparent in the Sergio Leone films, as well as having aspects of the Italian neo-realist movement. In regards to mise-en-scene, the lighting and colour filters mimic the lighting in Breaking Bad. In the scene, which is in the White family home, which throughout the series depicts the most yellow and vintage aesthetic, it is clear that the dirty yellow walls and the colour overlay in the editing process adds to it. The similarity creates a subconscious connection between the characters played in both film and television. Although mise-en-scene is essential in Breaking Bad, so is the cinematography, and it is too seen as cinematic. The man behind the lens is Michael Silvers, whose debut working on the show began in Season 2. Taking obvious inspiration from John Frankenheimer's film Seconds, it influenced the cinematography that is in Breaking Bad. Silvers had an immense amount of freedom whilst creating the iconic imagery that audience now know as Breaking Bad. He took a significant number of visual risks which created the shots that would fit in with the visual language, which is essential to the story and the performance. The shots consist of level framing, angles, and following shots, as well as the obvious evidence of deep focus, depth of field, Steadicam or handheld camera. He also uses dark and low contrast shots. This type of cinematography sets Breaking Bad apart from the normal television shows. Silver's technique of filming was to shoot every day with a certain intent, doing things that could not be fixed later on, meaning the use of continuity and organic film that can be relatable in the everyday. Taking inspiration from the film Seconds, it is said that Silver shot Breaking Bad as if it was a movie in the 1960s or 70s, where all of the colour was burned in. Cockeyed extreme close-ups, trippy rapid-fire montages, all appearing to be revolutionary in Breaking Bad, but Seconds got to them first. Not quite inventing an entire new visual language, but fashioning one to call their own. Without editing, mise-en-scene and cinematography would not be as influential as they can be. The editing process can be divided into 3 stages: the selection of takes and their length, the arrangement of timing of shots, and the combination with the soundtrack. With all of this combined, you can get as many different types of editing. For this video, continuity editing will be further analysed. It is described as a type of editing that keeps the action flowing smoothly across shots and scenes without any visual inconsistencies. Mainly seen in Hollywood films, Breaking Bad also follows this type of editing. In this scene in Season 2, it is clear that continuity editing is used. This is seen by the quick, seamless cuts between Walter and Jane, as well as the diegetic sound. This type of editing is used in Hollywood films as it creates a visual story that is easy to watch. In the film Heat, directed by Michael Mann, uses both continuity editing as well as a cross-cut editing that helps maintain a dramatized cinematic story. Although it may seem to break continuity due to the easy cuts and the use of sound, continuity is still used to create a story that flows. Although different, Breaking Bad and Heat show the same type of editing, especially with the use of long drawn out scenes as it slows down the pace of the show. It is evident that although Breaking Bad is a television series, its characteristics and film aesthetic are cinematic.